Hello students, welcome back to video class. Today we are continuing the previous chapter, The Lost Child. We have read some part of this chapter and today we are going to finish this. In this chapter so far we have read how a small child goes to the fair and how he talks about the things which he sees on the way and in the market. He sees many stores and many things he wants to buy, but he knows very well that his father and mother would not buy him those things. So he never say for anything, and finally he asks for some toy, and when he turned to get the reply, then he in the crowded place there, he does not find his parents around him, and he ran here and there to find his father, his mother, but he does not get them, and at least he doesn't see any the sign of his parents, and the crowded place, and people are crushing each other, pushing and pulling each other. So he ran quickly, this time to a shrine to which people seemed to be crowding. Shrine, the place where we worship the god, idols, that place. So he started running here and there to find his parents because he was lost in the fair. This time to a shrine to watch people seemed to be crowding. Every little inch of space here was congested. Congested was, you can say, packed, fully packed, congested, crowded, very much crowded with men. But he ran through people's legs because he was a small child. So he ran through the people's legs, and his little sob lingering, his little sob. Generally we talk about sobbing is like, a child cries without making any noise, any voice when he cries. That's called sobbing. So he was sobbing and saying, "Mother, father," near the entrance to the temple. So near the entrance to the temple. However, the crowd became very thick, very much crowded place there. Men jostled each other, jostled. You must underline these new words when you come across jostled. So means jostled each other, means were pushing each other. Heavy men with flashing murderous eyes, and very big heavy men with flashy and murderous eyes and hefty shoulders, very thick shoulders. The poor child struggled to thrust a way between their feet, and the child was crowded. He was covered with the people, so he could not find way to come out of that crowd. So he struggled to thrust a way, to find a way between their feet, but knocked to and fro. To and fro, means come and go. So to and fro is a phrase. So he was just knocked to and fro by their brutal movements. Sometimes he was pushed to this side, sometimes this side. So people were knocking, pushing with the brutal movements. He might have been trampled underfoot. Tramples, if something is trampled under your feet, so you crash, trampled. Trample underfoot. Had he not shrieked at the highest pitch of voice. So he would have been trampled underfoot had he not shrieked at the highest pitch. So he shrieked very loudly. Father, mother. A man in the surging crowd heard his cry. In the surging crowd, a man heard his cry, stopping with great difficulty. So he, stooping with great difficulty, lifted him. Stooping with great difficulty, he reached to the boy and he lifted him up in his arms. And he was a little boy, so he lifted that boy in his arms because he fell down in the crowd and people were trampling on him, and they would have really thrashed him if he had not shrieked very loudly. How did you get here, child? That man asked. Whose baby are you? Generally, if child is lost, we ask, yes, whose child are you? Who is your father? Where is your father? We just make such questions. The man asked as he steered clear of mass. He came out of mass, the crowd. So he asked. The child wept more bitterly than ever now and only cried, I want my mother, I want my father. But the child did not give any reply. He just went on crying, I want my mother, I want my father. He never stopped. The man tried to convince him by taking him to the roundabout. So when a small child, cries, then we say, okay, I buy you this thing, will you go on this ride, what would you take, what would you eat? We try to convince and soothe a child by many ways. So he took him to near the roundabout. Will you have a ride on the horse? He gently asked as he approached the ring. The child's throat tore into 1,000 shrill sobs and he only shouted more loudly, I want my mother, I want my father. So he continuously was crying and crying and crying. The man headed towards the place where the snake charmers was still played on the flute to the swaying cobra. Then that man took him to the snake charmer. He thought that if I take this child to the snake charmer and if he sees the snake dancing, then he would be pleased and would be happy. He took there, but and said, listen to that nice music, child. He pleaded, but the child shut his ears with his fingers. Sometimes we do like this from both the hands. So the child shut his ears with his fingers and shouted his double pitch strain. And this time with his double pitch strain, he cried more bitterly, I want my mother, I want my father. The man took him near the balloons. So the man really was upset what he could do now, how he was thinking how I make this child be silent. Then he took him near the balloons, thinking the bright colors of the balloons would distract the child's attention and quieten him. Would you like a rainbow colored balloon? He persuasively asked, like making request attention. The child turned his eyes from the flying balloons and just sobbed, and he turned his eyes, his face towards other side from the balloon, and he just sobbed, I want my mother, I want my father. The man, still trying to make the child happy, bore him to the gate where the flower seller sat. Then finally he was still trying to make him happy. So he took him to the gate where the flower seller sat. Look, can you smell those nice flowers, child? Would you like a garland to put round your neck? The child turned his nose away from the basket and reiterated his sobs, continued his sob, I want my mother, I want my father. He did not like anything. Thinking to humor his disconsolate charge by a gift of sweets, the man took him to the counter of the sweet shop. And thinking to humor his disconsolate charge by a gift of sweets, he was thinking that at least now with the sweets he would be pleased, he would be happy to eat sweets. So he took the child to the sweet counter. And what sweets would you like, child? He asked. The child turned his face from the sweet shop and only sobbed, I want my father, I want my mother. So students, you have seen how the child, when he goes to the fair with his parents, and on the way he sees many things he wanted to buy. He wanted to buy sweets, he wanted to get on the roundabout, he wanted to enjoy that snack charmer, he wanted to buy balloons and some other things, but his parents did not buy him those things. And when he is lost in the fair and he lost his parents, so some other person took him to all those places. The other gentleman tried to give him those things to make him quiet and make him silent, make him happy, but the child refused to take anything. This is the phenomena of a child, because when a child is happy with his parents, he wants to get all the things with his parents, with his family members, not with others. So then all those things became rubbish for him when someone else was offering him. So this is a beautiful story, the lost child, and how we have seen how a child's feeling for the things before going to the fair, and how the child reacts and how he enjoys the things, how the scene of the fair, and later on when he is lost, we see how he refused all the things and he wanted only his father and mother. So we have completed this chapter, students. So you read it again, you note down the difficult words, new words, and you underline. You can consult a good dictionary for those new words. However, I have explained the things, so you reread it, find the question answers. I will send you the answers of the questions, all the questions, so you can note down in your notebook and send to me after completing HW, your SW question answer of lesson 1. I will send you the answers, but you try to find your own answers and match with the exact answers, and write down and send to me the work as early as possible. And in your next video class, we'll continue with the new chapter. By the time, enjoy your video class and try to learn the things at home. Have a nice time.